Hi, afternoon everyone. I'm Florence, one of the co-founders of Unpacked, which is the first Singapore zero-waste grocery and lifestyle store. So, many people ask us, so what inspired us to start a zero-waste grocery store in Singapore? So, actually, I came across a viral video years ago where a man was manning a grocery store in in Europe, and the shoppers could bring their own containers and buy any food amount that they need, which I shared with my co-founder Jeff, and he resonated that it was very practical as he lives alone and usually cannot finish the food amount that he has purchased, and it expires and he has to throw it away. And on the other hand, I'm a business student, so I understand very well how business costing goes. So technically, we are actually paying for packaging as is costed as a cost of goods sold. But unfortunately, we can't consume any packaging. We only consume the contents, and the balance of the packaging are actually thrown away. And it doesn't make much practical sense as this starts our current plastic pollution situation. So I came across this business idea to let my customers be able to purchase the food amount they need by bringing their own containers. Our shoppers save on the packaging costs and are able to buy better quality food, organic food, and health food at more affordable prices. So this concept is also very commonly known as what you see in the picture, a traditional provision store in Singapore. It's just that our food items that we carry are more towards the healthier side, and of course our items are in the food dispenser bins, which you'll see in the picture below. So the goals of Unpacked was started with one, building a community where you see we have a communal table in the center. We encourage our shoppers to come into the store, connect, make friends with the other fellow shoppers, and start building a community where we can share tips and tricks on sustainable living. At the same time, we also educate and empower the locals with the knowledge on how they can reduce waste with the school talks, corporate talks, and even learning journeys that we conduct in our store. As a social enterprise in Singapore, we empower our beneficiaries by providing training and employment opportunities as a social enterprise. So you may ask me, Florence, why do we shop package-free? Because by shopping package-free, you need to first plan your containers, plan your shopping list. Hence, it cultivates a skill that has been long lost, which is called the mindfulness. How often do we enter a supermarket with a shopping list in mind, but as we walk down the aisles, we are distracted by the marketing gimmicks that are going on and shouting out to us, buy two, get one free. And in the moment of impulse, we actually grabbed the items and dropped it into our shopping trolleys. But at the end of the day, do we finish all the food that we have dropped into the trolley? No. So when you don't finish all the food, it expires or it gets forgotten, you have to throw them away. It starts to be a food wastage situation other than just plastic pollution. As we all know, Singapore is a humid country. To even maintain the freshness of dried groceries, we hide all our food into a big treasure chest at home called the refrigerator. I'm sure during the spring cleaning period of our lives, we have thrown away food which we have found that's expiring or there's excess, and all this technically we are paying for it, and it's also called food waste. At the same time, shopping package-free also allows us to reduce the packaging waste. As Unpacked, we procure in bulk. Like for example, the pastas are in 5 kg packaging, as compared to what you get from the supermarket in 500 grams. Technically, you save 9 packets of packaging waste from the landfills. At the same time, we also work with the local manufacturers to form a circular economy. Like we work with the local food manufacturers that traditionally ferment their soy sauce in 9 months, and they supply us in 5-liter jerry cans. While we dispense them into our containers for shoppers to refill, we keep the containers and we send it back to the local manufacturers to refill and send it back to us. So today we have a food for thought section for everyone to think about. Why are we dealing with plastic pollution these days? Because the accumulation of plastics in the Earth's environment has adversely affected the wildlife, their habitat, and also our food chain. The plastics and microplastics are now being mistaken as food by our marine population, which either kills them prematurely or cause our food chain to be contaminated by the microplastic. Consuming these fishes that contains the toxins can now cause an increase in cancer, immune disorders, and even birth defects. Chlorinated plastics can also release harmful chemicals into the surrounding soil, which can then leach into the groundwater or surrounding water sources. At the end of the day, is it just all about the environment that we are all looking at? It is also looking at protecting our own health and the future generation. Hence, we encourage everyone to take 5 minutes a day to do a simple reflection. You may try the bin challenge that we have set up for most of our shoppers. Have one for packaging waste and the other for general food waste. You can see which bin you fill in the fastest. Usually, the packaging waste will fill up the fastest because it is bigger in size and it's empty. But these actually cause the plastic pollutions that we see these days. You can take 5 minutes break a day, look at the disposables that you throw inside your bin. Identify which item you feel it is easier for you to switch to a sustainable option one step at a time. It can be very simple as replacing your single-use takeaway containers or cups with reusable cups, reusable food containers, and it's also safer and better for your health. It can also be replacing single-use cling wraps with beeswax wraps or silicone food covers in your kitchen. A small step forward today is better than none. Let's make our home, the Earth, a better place for a better tomorrow. Thank you.